Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're talking about some weird the Bellagio Steve wine. All right. So we talked about silver strikes before. This is what actually they look like when you win them. They come in these little capsules. Every time I say capsule now, thanks a lot Robert Downey Jr. I think of when he makes fun of Captain America. While you were busy being a capsicle or whatever he says. So the Bellagio, I don't need to introduce the Bellagio. You guys know the Bellagio, Las Vegas. Now, what we're looking at here is a silver strike. So this is on certain slot machines back in the day. I read online that they still have them in downtown Las Vegas. There's only a few left, like at the Four Queens. But this was an award token. So you'd hit on a slot machine and it would say silver strike, silver strike, silver strike. And then one of these would pop out in a little capsule. And they're just redeemable tokens. Okay, so it says here, $10 gaming token. So if you didn't want the silver strike, you would take it to the cage and say, hey, can I have $10 for this? Because I like money more than silver and brass coins. And they say, okay, here's $10, and they take the token. So I know people that would just play these just to get the silver strike. Sometimes it would come out ahead, sometimes they wouldn't. Well, I only spent $5 for a $10. And then sometimes they would spend like $30 to get their little $10 silver strike. But either way, it was a fun thing, and it added a little extra to the slots. So in my previous video, you saw that I had this, and I had one of these in a slab because I didn't come with a capsule. So you do what you can do. And they're just, it's just like a plastic container. And there's actually a little place you can pop it open right here. So it's not like anything like sealed or anything that fancy, but for some reason people like them. The ones that are sought after for some reason are the colored ones. Like people love the red or the blue capsules. Maybe I'll show you in a future video. So this one has the Bellagio fountains. Yay! You know what I mean? For people who frequent Las Vegas, I frequented Las Vegas so much. Like with my dad, and I would always be there, and my friends would, and let's go to the fountains, and I would just be like, you can only see the fountains so many times. It's like it's crowded. You're not going to see anything. It's really, And what also cracks me up, I got so many stories about the Bellagio. I've stayed in some of these corner rooms on this side. It's always on this side for some reason, where the corner suite. I've also stayed in the tower, which you can't see. A later edition, the tower is right here. And then the Vidara is right here. Stayed in those. The Cosmo, I've stayed in the Cosmo right next door. All right, enough about that. And across the street's the Paris with the awesome, 75% Eiffel Tower. Great views. This is a great place to look because you have the Eiffel Tower, you have the fountains. All right, so I like looking at the fountains from the Bellagio. Okay, that's fine. Or the Vidara, or the Cosmo, or the Paris. But when you're down on the street level, it's just not my favorite thing. Let's just say it that way. Or the other thing is Todd English's Olives is right here, Fountainside. That's a lovely little casual restaurant. You can go and sit on the balcony and enjoy the fountains from. That's a great place. The fountains are great when you're there. Or Picasso, where they filmed Ocean's 11. I've been eating at Picasso, and it's lovely. It's a lovely backdrop having the fountains going off behind you. All right, I get so distracted when I talk about Vegas. Now, an interesting thing about the fountains that cracks me up is at a certain time at night they shut them down because they want it to be quiet so people can sleep. And so they shut down the fountains. That's lovely. Meanwhile, you hear this unts, 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 and the whole bottom 4 floors of the Bellagio was vibrating and resonating with the sound of their nightclub. It's like, seriously. Well, we better be quiet out on the fountains can't because it's too noisy. Meanwhile, every other casino has this unts, unts, unts dance party going on. Everybody anyway. It's just the little oddities in Las Vegas. So the fountain, Bellagio. Here, let me put this down. You guys are probably sick of me. I'll rotate it here. I need to prop it up here. What we need is a big coaster. There you go. So, like I said, it's silver and brass, and there's different, what's the word I'm looking for? Different qualities or ratings for gold, or not gold, it's not gold. This one is silver and brass. Okay, so the silver has different ratings. There's fine silver, which is 0.999. There's sterling silver. I'm not going to pretend to know any. You guys can write in the comments below. Is it 0.925 or something? Anyway, there's a certain percentage where if you hit that certain percentage, you get a sterling silver or whatever kind of silvers. So this is, fine silver 0.999. And my understanding is that this inner portion is silver, but this outer portion is brass. Let's flip this over so you can see the lovely fountains. It's also fun how it plays off of, when you hold it up, it's reflecting my camera right now. But when it reflects my white ceiling, it's just washed out. Pretty, what I think, I don't know, I love lighting and things like that. Maybe it's just me. So it's just a token, but it's cool. It's an awesome thing. I already told the story, but if you want to hear the story about my dad coming back to a hotel room with a silver strike when I was a youth, you go watch my other one. I forget which silver strike did I showcase last time? I'm trying to remember which one it was. I want to say it was a flamingo, but I could be mistaken. It could have been, I don't want to spoil it. Anyway, others to come. Let me know your thought about the silver strikes. Do they still have, I still haven't gotten a solid answer for this. Have you seen a silver strike within the last 2 months? It's 2021. Anytime in 2021, if you've seen a silver strike, let me know in the comments below, because they are it's something that I remember from my life. It's just these silver strikes. They're super awesome. Huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you for your support. If you would like to support me on Patreon, I'm accepting general support. Occasionally I'll have a little behind the scenes or a mail opening video that's exclusive to Patreon. But for the most part, it's just general support. And I give you credit in the videos. Remember, it's to at my discretion. So some people, if you have something weird that I feel uncomfortable posting, I'm not going to put that up. And you can also support me by visiting my Amazon shop in the links in the description below. You can just click on that link and just do normal Amazon shopping, and it helps out this channel financially. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.